What's up, Predator fans? It's the Emerald Enthusiast back with another action figure review. This time I'll be looking at the Neca Predator 2 figure of the Ultimate Elder Predator. Let's have a quick look at the packaging. On the front it says Ultimate Elder Predator. On each side of the box, as well as the top of the box, we get the movie title, Predator 2. There's product information on the bottom. As you can see here, this is intended for ages 17 and up. I got a good deal on this figure because the packaging is not in great shape. Here are some of the other Predator figures available in this line. And here we see some product shots, as well as a brief bio of Grayback the Elder Predator. Here's a list of the contents in the box, as well as that bio of the Elder Predator. If you'd like to read this, please pause the video and do so now. The front flap of the box opens up to reveal some really cool artwork here. I really like how that looks. The window underneath allows you to see the figure quite well as the alternate heads and all of the accessories that are included with this figure. But with no further ado, now let's bust open this package and see what's inside. Let's have a look at some of the accessories now. And here we see the shoulder armor with the plasma caster. Again, be careful with that. That feels like it could break easily. Magnificent sculpting on this. Very movie accurate. Next up, we have the short sword. It certainly seems like it has some battle wear on it. This is another impressive accessory. Next up, we have the cannon blast effect that ports into the end of the plasma caster. I really appreciate the differentiation in color on this. Next, we have the flintlock pistol that the Predator gave to Mike Harrigan at the end of Predator 2. That is also very impressive. Here we have the human skull. This is very realistic, right down to the bone texture. And here we have a human skull with a partial spinal column. Per usual, Neca goes all out for screen accuracy. And here we see the Grayback Predator out of the package and ready to rumble. This figure has some limitations with its articulation. However, the amount of detail on this figure is stunning. So let's take a closer look at the loose details now. Let's have a look at the lower body now. And I really like the paint job on these feet. They look very reptilian. You can see the texturing there. That's really impressive. The armor looks very realistic throughout this figure. These mesh sections are not separate pieces. Those are sculpted onto the legs, but nonetheless, they still look very good. I tried to get the short sword into the scabbard and couldn't do that, but nonetheless, I still like the appearance of that scabbard. The loincloth looks very realistic. The paint applications on this are outstanding. The figure doesn't come with a peg base, but there are holes in the bottom of the feet. So if you have an extra peg base, you could put the figure on it. Here's a look at the torso, and there's lots of little accessories on this as well. You can see the skulls of various prey here on two different necklaces. On the opposite side, there's this pouch, and all of these are removable. The torso itself is very large and lean. I believe canonically, Grayback was 7'8". The body mold certainly stays true to the body composition of the Yautja. And on the back here, we have the Predlocks. I believe that these are rubber. They're very easy to move around. And I'll take a look at the alternate head sculpts in just a minute, but Neca did an excellent job with this torso. Now let's have a look at the arms. And the hands are extremely well executed. You see the wrist gauntlet here. And this does not open up, although it does rotate well. And these hoses are very screen accurate. I certainly appreciate those. Over here we have the wrist blades, and these are extendable, as you can see. The skin looks very alien, but very lifelike at the same time, so I'm very impressed with that. I think I have an especially tight shoulder joint, but overall, in terms of appearance, I'm very satisfied with the work that Neca did on the arms. Speaking of articulation, you can get the feet to move backward and forward at the ankle joint. You can get them to swivel back and forth. There's a minor amount of ankle pivoting here. You can move the knees into this kind of angle, so you can certainly get the figure into a running pose. He doesn't kick forward very far, and as far as articulating the legs out from the body, they only go that far, although he does step back, so I'm thankful for that. There's pivoting here at the waist, and there's an upper torso swivel, so I'm thankful for that amount of motion. There's rotation at the wrists and double jointed elbows, so you can move the figure's arms into this type of angle. So I'm thankful for that. There's a bicep swivel, and that will certainly help you with posing the wrist blades. Again, I think the shoulder joints here are tighter than they should be, but I can get the arms to do a 360. Be careful with the pred locks. It feels like you could damage those. The head moves easily from side to side. You can get him to look up. You can get him to look down. And there is some head tilting, so I'm thankful for that as well. Here's a look at the neck peg without any of the head sculpts. And as I said before, there are several detachable pieces here. Here are better looks at those. I had no problem at all getting these off of the figure. And here is the Golden Angel Bio Mask, and this is so impressive. There's been a dark wash applied over the golden paint to give it more of a realistic metallic look. And back here, once again, we have the pred locks. And this has the same amount of articulation as you would expect. But this is a very impressive head sculpt. And here is the other Biomask head sculpt, and this is impressive as well. Look at the light dance off of this metallic gold paint. This really looks like battle-tested metal. I'm going to display my figure with the other Biomask, but this one has been executed quite well. And here is the figure sporting the plasma caster. I really appreciate the sculpting on this. And on the bottom of the box, we get directions on how to activate the LED lights in the Biomask. And here they are. That looks really cool. Very intimidating. I really appreciate this feature from Neca. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this review. And please, tell all of your friends about this channel. I would certainly appreciate it. And I'll be back with more Predator content soon. But until we meet again, this has been the Emerald Enthusiast. And thanks for watching.